I thought I'd make a little peg doll today. I'm going to make a little angel or a fairy that you could use for the top of the tree. First of all, I need to just paint the top. This this is one of my pegs that I use for my washing, and it's green usually on the top, but I'm painting it a flesh colour. Now I do have some cream, but to make it a bit flesh coloured, you can use a little bit of yellow and a touch of red. Could do this even if you're starting with white paint, and then a bit of brown or black, which just takes that down to a flesh colour. I just keep working it until I think I've got a good colour, and then I'm going to this is my second coat on here, and I'm just going to do right down onto the actual body of the peg so that there's some neckline there. This is just acrylic paint, nothing expensive, just the cheap paint that probably a lot of us have got in the house. That's all I need to do. And I'm actually going to paint the bottoms as well, so they can be feet. I'll just paint the bottom little bit of the peg. Oh, I could paint legs. Why don't I do that? I'll paint legs. So she can get shoes afterwards if I wanted to have shoes. I'll let her dry, and then we're ready for the next stage. So while she's drying a bit more, I'm going to start and make some arms. So I've got a piece of pipe cleaner here, but it could just as easily be a bit of wire. And it's 6 inches long. And I want to be able to fix some arms. So to do that, I've actually got some wool here. So it's just leftover beige wool. And I'm going to start and I'm going to wrap the pipe cleaner to make some arms. And I'm just going to start off with a tiny little bit of glue here just to support the wool. And then I'll start my wool. And I'm just going to wrap it nicely around the pipe cleaner. And as I get down to the hand end, I'm going to wrap the end nicely, and then I'm going to bend the tip over to make a hand. I'm just bending over about 1/4 inch, and then I'm going to continue wrapping, and that means that the end of my wire is covered, but I also get a nice hand shape at the end. And now I'm just going to be careful to wrap. And can you see? You see I've got a nice hand shape there. So now I'm going to wrap right down the arm. I'm just going to keep going with my wool. You could do some padding if you wanted to, but I don't think it's really necessary for a little peg doll. You can keep on wrapping. If you do want to thicken anything up, you can just go back down and thicken it up by over wrapping. So I'm going back down a bit and then back up again. I'll just keep on going till I get to the other end. As I come to the other end, I'm going to just be careful that I'm wrapping without the pipe cleaner showing a bit. I get right to the end and get as far as I can, and then bend that piece in to make the hand. I've bent my little 1/4 inch again, and I'll wrap over the whole thing to make the hand again. And now I'm going to just wrap back up towards the middle, and so till I've covered all of this in nicely. So I'm happy with my little arms. Got 2 little nice hands. Just going to cut off my wool. I'm just going to put a dab of glue on and secure it. I'm just going to glue along the back, and then I'll just make sure that this yarn is securely fastened off. Okay, I now have a nice pair of arms. So next thing is attaching them to the doll. I've cut a strip of white fabric. It's just a bit on the bias, and it's off my old tablecloth. And I'm going to make a bodice out of that. But before I make the bodice, I'm just going to take a needle and thread. So now I'm going to take the middle of my pair of arms. So I'll just do that to find the middle. There. And I'm going to take the middle of my strip of fabric, which is, let's have a look, it is 4.5 inches long, which is 11 centimetres. It doesn't really matter though. And I've got a piece of thread out of my tangle, and I'm just going to attach these arms right in the middle by overcasting them onto the bit of fabric. And it doesn't really matter how neat or rough this is, it'll get covered eventually. I'm just going to attach them probably for about a 1/2 inch or so. That's that. And so now I've got a pair of arms attached to a little strip of cloth. So what that's going to let me do is attach the arms to my peg doll. So I need the arms to come from either the back or the front. I'm going to look and see which is the nicest bit for me to make her face on, and I think it's that side. So I'm going to put the arms at the back like that. And I'm going to use this piece of fabric to make a little bodice for her by just crossing them over like that. And there's her arms attached that I can then put round, and she's got shoulders and everything. So if I just do that, she's got a nice little neckline there. I'm just going to pull my fabric round, and actually I can put a couple of stitches in, or I can glue it. I'm going to glue it. I'll stitch it eventually maybe, but it's just going to get glued down so I can do it quickly. So now she's got a little shape coming. So to do her skirt, what I'm going to use is an old handkerchief. I'm going to fold it into quarters and then fold it into eighths again. And now I can keep folding it till I've got it quite narrow. And now I can just decide how long I want her dress to be. And so I've already done another one, but the point of the dress is going to be at the front, so probably about here. So maybe about, let me see, maybe about 2.5 inches down from the point. And all you need to do is cut straight across. And what that'll mean is when you open it up, you'll have a great big hole in the middle, which will be the waist. So I've done that already on a different handkerchief, like that one. Can you see how big a hole that is? So this one was folded and folded and folded, and then I've cut across, just straight. And then when I unfolded it, I've got a great big sort of a circle in the middle. All I've done is I have taken my needle and thread and I've done a running stitch all the way around that hole, which is going to be pulled up and make the gathered skirt of the angel's dress. So I'll just start and pull it up. And I think this is a nice use of an old hanky that's probably not getting used at all. And so to get it nicely, all the gathers nicely evenly spread, what I found was that my finger was about the thickness of the peg. And so if I put my finger in there and I just pull all the gathers up around my finger, I can tie that off with a couple of overcast stitches. Keep it pulled up tight. I can sort of arrange all those gathers so they're all nice and even. And then I'm going to pop her legs through there and sew it on. So I'll pop her legs through. And if I push that up, I can actually sew that onto her body. I'm going to hold the gathers down. I'm going to make sure that they're all arranged all the way around. and I'm going to use my needle and thread, and I'm just going to tack this onto the body fabric that I've already glued down, and that'll secure both the body and the skirt. I could do this with any bunny hanky. I think these white ones are going to make a pretty fairy or an angel or whatever you want to make. And plus they're nice for children to have. These are the sorts of things I used to make for Naomi when she was little. Nice little peg doll. It's an old-fashioned thing, but nonetheless pretty or easy to make and bonny to give. And I think I don't even have to be a child to have a peg doll angel or a peg doll fairy as a present. So now I want to make her a lovely little bodice. So to cover up her shoulders, I'm going to take another little piece of this white fabric. I'm just going to cut it quite narrow. It is on the bias, but that's just the way I've got it. It doesn't have to be. So I've gone back round her shoulders, crisscross in the front. Actually could be a little ribbon there, could have been done instead, but I'm going to take that back round and I'm going to tie that in a knot at the back. And I can just leave that, or I can put a little bit of glue, or I can do a little stitch. I've just popped a little bit of glue on and I'm just going to glue that there. And she gets her modesty back. There we go. Oh, that looks better. Okay, so now I can make her some hair. I'm going to use some embroidery cotton. Just going to do it in black. Doesn't have to be very much, just make a bit of a thing. Cut that off. And I'll cut a piece that can go through the gap and just tie in a knot. Tie in a double knot. Now I've got some hair and I can arrange that on her head and I can just see where it's going to go. So I don't want it to be too high. So she doesn't need a fringe. I'll just make sure I can arrange it nicely. Just where the knot is will be the parting. And I'll just arrange all the hair to cover the head. And just glue into place and cover all her head. Now spread it out. I can give her a little haircut. I could make her a little ponytail. I think I want it to be a bit shorter than that. So to turn her into a little angel, I'm going to give her a halo. And I'm just using the same cake decorating wire that I used for the stump work roses, if you've watched that. And I'm going to just wind the wire around my finger a couple of times so I get a nice circle. And I'm just going to put the short end through to keep it together. So just winding it round. I'll just wind it round to make, secure that in. And when I've got it all wrapped up like that, I'm going to sew the long tail. I'm going to bend it. Well, I'll bend it afterwards. I'm going to sew that onto her back. I'll just part her hair. I'm going to put the halo stalk into her waist thing, so to hide the wire, and then I'm just going to overcast into the wool of her arms, and it'll all get hidden by her hair, so it's actually okay. She's only a little peg doll. And I'm just going to leave this attached for the moment, so I can just turn her round and I can bend her little halo down. And so now I would like to give her some wings. Now I've got this here, which is just the sort of gold tape, like, it's not tape, it's the sort of thing that you find on chocolate boxes, things like that, or you know, pretty soaps and things quite often come with this sort of a double gilt thing. It's not stretchy or anything, but I'm just going to take the good bit that I've got, and I'm going to just tie a bow in my hand. So I'm going to just make one loop and just pretend I'm tying a bow. So I'm going to do another loop, push it through, and I'm going to pull those ends so that I have a little bow. And this is how I'm going to make her some bunny wings. I'll pull them evenly. I'll see if that's big enough. It's sort of, it's not stiff or anything, it's not wired, but it's sort of got enough of a thickness that it'll stay where you put it. So if I just pull it really tightly, I'll see if they're going to be big enough for her. I think she could have them a bit bigger, so I'll just pull that a little bit bigger, like that. And I'm just going to cut these off here. And then I'm going to sew that in with the same thread that I've put her halo on. Okay, I've just got my pen. Now for a face, you don't really need to do very much. I think it just needs 2 eyes, and I'll just put one there, and put one there. And a little dot for a nose. Well, there she is. I've decided to cut her hair a little bit shorter, and I think she's super cute. The little hanky looks lovely. She's got her hanging string if she needs to be hung up, and I practiced with another one and made her into a bit of a fairy instead. So she's got wire edged ribbon for her skirt, she's got brown hair, little crown, and a wand in her hand. I haven't actually got round to putting her wings on yet. And I practiced putting her arms in fabric, but I actually like the wool ones better. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and you will press me the like button and the subscribe and send me a comment. Tell me what you've thought about them.